It's the 2nd of July 2026 and I'm heading offshore again. Yay! So I've reactivated my satellite phone at great expense. There it is, the Garmin InReach Mini. I couldn't get the battery charging for the longest time. Well, a couple of years. It's been flat now. But I finally read some hack somewhere, said you plug it in and unplug it, and plug it in and unplug it. Do that every 40 minutes. And it came back to life. I got a new battery for it, but I didn't have the special magic security tool to get the screws out. I was going to take it to a phone shop, get them to fix it, but I didn't. And I've still got the really old Garmin. I think the charging socket is broke, so I'm going to get somebody to fix that, put a USB-C in there. And maybe this new battery can go in there, or keep it as a spare. But the good news is I found the trip. It's all been programmed and it's still there. They've kept it all, even though I haven't talked to them for 2 years. They charged me a lot of money to reactivate the account. I think it was $90 altogether for a $7 a month subscription. But that includes the insurance for search and rescue. So that's value for money, I think, just about, if it's good to do what they say they'll do. Well, yeah, there's the trip. Started up there in the UK, went across to France, down to Spain. Got a bit of a whacking in Biscay. I think it was the Orcas broke the autopilot. And then down into A Coruña, trying to fix that. Great expense, lost my passport, stuck there for 2 months. Got out of there, found a couple of guys, one guy and one girl to crew with me. Because the girl that was actually started the trip with me went home. COVID was on and everywhere wanted COVID passes and proof of vaccination, and she refused to get vaccinated, so she went home. And then we went to the Canary Islands, where I actually met Zena. We made a rudder, a wind vane rudder, then down to Cape Verde. That was the roughest part of the whole trip, actually. And Zena was new on a boat, never been on a boat, so she was a bit sick. Well, she wasn't sick, but she was not feeling very well. Till we got to Mindelo, waited for the weather window, and then shot across to Puerto Rico. Got our first hurricane. Barbados we went to. Went to Barbados. We invited to the yacht club for a week. Got stuck in our first hurricane. Couldn't get back out to the boat. It was on a mooring, so we had to stay the night in the clubhouse, or in the kitchen actually, or the staff canteen. The security guy was very nice. Very friendly people there. Then up the Caribbean to Puerto Rico, got our second hurricane there with Rachel. The harbour master let us, we talked him into letting us stay against the dock, protected in the dock, because it's, 20-foot dock, and we're right down on the water. So we had a nice bit of protection there. Then Zena left and went to Mexico. Everybody was sad. That was 8 months from start to finish. I'm on my own then, and I sailed up the islands to Marathon. Couldn't get to Miami because there was another hurricane. So I stayed in Marathon. Had the boat taken out the water. Went to Andy's wedding. And then I came back in March and carried on the trip, put the boat back in. Didn't do any of the work I was planning to do because the boatyard, they didn't have a fair price policy. It was time and materials. So I said, well, how much does that cost? He said, well, it's time and materials. So what do you think? 10 grand? Might be. 20 grand? Could be. 4 grand? Probably not. I said, well, if I was running a business like that, I'd be bankrupt in a week. I like to know the price. You give me a fair price and I say yes or no. If you make money, you make money. And if you don't, well, that's your fault for not pricing it properly. Anyway, we fell out, so I left. I stayed in Marathon then on the mooring bowl for a while, and then sailed up the coast. Went to the Chesapeake Bay, Maryland. Stayed at Flag Harbor Marina. Nothing there really, but it was cheap. And then I went all the way up to Halifax eventually. And it got so cold there, I flew over to Hawaii for a month in the winter. Stayed in a treehouse. And I was going to continue around the Northwest Passage, but circumstances conspired, so I turned around. I'm on my way back now. And back to Rhode Island. And I'm leaving tomorrow, hopefully.